Well, and welcome to this last feedback session. Oh, I think I've got an echo here. Let me turn that off. Let me get my microphone in. So, thank you very much to everybody who has completed the challenge. Well done. Only a small percentage of you have actually completed it, so well done to everybody who has done that. And if you haven't done, it doesn't mean that you're a failure or anything like that. But we will be deleting everything early next week. All right, so early next week, we're going to be deleting everything. So you have until now, until next week to get everything done. So in this session, what I'm going to do is give you feedback on the challenge that I set this morning, and then basically answer any questions that you have. So let me just check that everything is working okay first. And thank you to must be like 300 or 400 of you who have emailed me asking about the VIP course. I really, really appreciate it. I still have like how many at the moment? 56 emails to do until before I go to bed today. I'm sure there'll be like 100 or 200, but I'm trying to get through as many as I can. So I'll give you more information about that too. So let me just check that everything's working okay for this live video, and then and then we can get going. And thank you to Great, thanks. All right, so all working. Okay, guys. So, looking at the people that did the challenge today, the people that did the challenge today are obviously the ones that are highly motivated. They're ones that actually did everything. So I don't know if everybody is going to be like this, but the ones that did, and most of the people that did wrote a really, really good essay. And I do not think that if I gave them that question on Monday, they would be able to write an essay of that quality on Monday. And it shows that the people that did all the work and did all the challenges and took my feedback into account, they had a huge progression and a huge improvement in their work. So well done to everybody. Just some things that I noticed a lot of people were doing well. Just get my microphone down here. A lot of you did really nice introductions, so you were paraphrasing well, and a lot of you were making little small mistakes with collocations especially, and not thinking about grammar maybe, for the paraphrasing, but overall it was quite good, and you're never going to get everything perfect, and you don't need to be perfect. So paraphrasing was good. Outlining your main ideas and giving your opinion in the introduction, that was really, really good. Looking at the main body paragraphs, we spoke earlier in the week about many of you were not stating your topic or not stating your idea in the topic sentence. In general, that has improved a lot. Many of you had very clear topic sentences. One of the great things to see was people fully developing their ideas. So I think if I set that question on Monday, you would have multiple irrelevant ideas that were not developed. So that's obviously a big, big improvement. Maybe the next challenge that I do, what I'll try and do is like get people to do an essay at the start of the week and then one at the end and see the difference. That would be a good idea. But we're not going to be doing any more challenges anytime soon. A lot of you have been asking me and saying, can you do one soon? I do them like every 6 months. The reason for that is after these challenges, a lot of people join the VIP course, so I have to take care of them. Then after that, I normally take a break for a week or so. Then what we start doing is we start thinking of ideas for new challenges. Then we start creating the challenges. Then we have to promote them, and then we have to give them, and then that whole process takes 5-6 months. I would love to be able to just do one every week, but they wouldn't be very good and I would be exhausted. So please stop asking that because it's just not going to happen. What else? The examples were much better. They were more specific. Some of you still need to work on your examples. I think that many of you could do with a little bit of extra work and a little bit of extra feedback on your examples especially. Conclusions in general were good, but again, there were those small collocation errors, grammar errors in a lot of your work. Um, in general, people have made a huge progression, huge improvement. But again, there's a lot more to learn. There are all the other types of essays. We should be going into things in a lot more detail. There's task one, there's speaking, there's reading, so all of those different things. So don't think that this is the end and you can just watch 5 lessons and then get the score that you need. Some of you will be able to do that, but most of you do need extra work and need extra feedback. And I'm not saying that because I want you to join my course and part of the course is feedback. It's just the truth. Do you think that a student who gets feedback on their work is going to do better than a student who doesn't get feedback? Which student is going to be better? It's easy. Um, it's an easy answer to that question. Okay, guys, so well done for that. And I'm going to go straight into the questions because I know that there's going to be a lot of questions today. So um, well, hopefully there's a lot of questions. Um, um, Sorry, I missed. Where do we have to post today's essay? Underneath the video. Um, uh, Hi Chris, I faced problems in the introduction. How to start? Go to, was it lesson 2? Lesson 2, we talked about introductions. Hi Chris, in general, in which modules we have to start our IELTS preparation? Is it either listening, speaking, reading, or writing? Very, very good question. So the question is, which area do you focus on, or which area do you start with when you're dealing with IELTS preparation? So one of the things that is a complete waste of time, especially if it's not a very good school, is going to an IELTS school or an IELTS review center. I don't know. Filipinos call it a review center. I don't know why they do that. It's like a Filipino thing to say, like a review center instead of like a school. Filipinos, why do you do that? Tell me. Um, uh, Going to a general school where they're treating everybody as a group. They're not treating you as an individual. And what they do is like one week will be about speaking, and the next week will be about listening, and the next week will be about reading, the week will be about writing, and everything is very general, and you're being treated as part of a group rather than as an individual. As an individual, the way to prepare is find out which area you need the most help with. So lots of students are getting band 8 or a band 9 for reading and listening, maybe a band 7 or a band 8 for speaking, but they keep getting a band 6.5 for writing. That student should be going and getting just training on writing. Some students are the opposite. Some students have no problem with speaking and writing and listening, but they really need help with reading. So that student should just focus on reading. So that's a very long answer to a way of saying focus on the area that you need to focus on. And that's how I would, if my wife was doing preparing, that's what I would tell her to do. Uh, Thank you to all the people that are saying that's the best $1 I've ever spent. Thank you very much. Um, C.A. Priyanka, please describe in detail your course if available, only for writing. What's the cost? Are the markings for the essay unlimited? Blah, blah. Okay, a lot of information. So, um, basically, the VIP course is closed at the moment to new students. I'm going to open it at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, what I will do is I'm still making it. Here's my notes of what I'm doing. Making a video telling you all the essential information so that you guys get the correct information so that you can make a decision and I'm not answering the same questions over and over and over and over again. So I'll post the video at 9 a.m. The doors will open at 9 a.m. and whenever the places are taken, they're taken. So Priyanka, wait until 9 a.m. and you'll get all that information. There are limited spaces available. So if you are 100% certain, you do not care about price, you do not care about anything else, you don't have any questions, and you're 100% certain you want to join and you want me to save you a seat, you want to pay immediately, email me and I'll let you in immediately. For the rest of you, wait until 9 a.m. Lucas, I'd like to ask you, I have a problem with my word order. Is there any advice which could navigate me to avoid it? Lucas, it's difficult because there's no like general advice I can give you, that is going to, because all of your problems are particular specific problems. So giving general advice to a specific problem is not very good. It's the same with people who say like things like, can you just give me some tips about how to use articles properly? Or can you give me some tips about how to use prepositions or punctuation properly? No, it doesn't work like that because there's so many different rules and so many different things that you need. Two things that I would say, Lucas, reading is really, really going to help you. And do something called active reading. Active reading is when you're reading and you're focusing on one thing. So for you, it would be word order. So when you're reading, if you notice some words and you're like, they don't look right, there's something not right about them, it looks strange, underline it, and then think about it and think about why they are in that order. And that's kind of the input. So when you're learning a new language, you need input, but you also need output and you need feedback on that output. So that would be the input part. The output part would be getting your writing checked and get feedback on your writing and ask them, whoever is doing it, it could be me or it could be someone else, please focus on word order. I'm worried about this. Tell me when I'm making these mistakes and help me with that. And that's basically it. Saba, this challenge has been an immense help. You're fine. Yuki, yes, we call it a review center. I'm Filipino. Yeah, nothing against Filipinos. I've got loads of Filipino students in my course, mostly nurses, lots of nurses, working in the Middle East, and they want to get a job here in the UK. Um, I don't know why they call it a review center. I have no idea. Um, it's not wrong. It's just never heard of it before, and I've worked in this industry for a long time. Um, but I know that there's a lot of review centers in the Philippines that are terrible, like really, really, really bad. Like I've seen the work that they do, and it's just really bad. Especially like if you're an IELTS school and you put 9 in the title of your business and you tell everybody that people get 9, everybody gets 9, that maybe need to run the other way from those people. You know the one I'm talking about. Is the number of words related to task achievement? Yes. If you are under 250 words or under 150 words for task 1, you're going to score low for task achievement. Vishal, can you give me some students whose essays you find great and could achieve a 7 or above? Vishal, I wish I could. At the moment, like my inbox and my messages like are crazy with the number of people that are emailing me about the VIP course. If I do not answer them, people are just going to keep messaging me, and so I need to answer those first. Maybe later on this weekend or early next week, I'll go in and try and find that for you. But it's just I have to put out the fires that are most that are burning brightest, I suppose. Um, what score do I get if I write less than 250? That's a strange question. Why not just go over 250? Like, if there's a lot of students ask questions like that. Like, what if I don't do this essential thing? Why not just do the essential thing? Like, it's not that difficult to get over 250 words. Um, but I think what you mean is, can you get a good score if you write under 250 words? No, it's impossible. Gagan Deep, 2 speaking corrections in your VIP course. Is it worthwhile? Yeah, this is one of the most common questions that we get asked. So on the VIP course, we only have 2 speaking corrections and only 5 writing corrections. The reason why we chose that number is because it's kind of the perfect number for the students. So it's not practice, all right? The speaking is a mock test. So it's two mock tests where you have an examiner who does the test with you and immediately gives you the scores, the reasons why you got those scores, and how to move up. So it's not like a just a general practice test. It is a mock test. We give you so much feedback that you have to go away and take that on board and improve and take action on that feedback. So there's no way that you could do more than two, and no student has ever needed more than two. Same with the 5 essay corrections. We're going to give you a 5-page PDF report on your writing. You're going to have to take time to read that, and there is going to be a list of things that we tell you to go away and do in order to improve your writing. You can't do more than 5 of those in, like a couple of months, because there's just so much detail and so many things that we're getting you to do. Um, a lot of students just see those numbers and be like, well, I want more than that. 95% of students never do more than 5 corrections with us. You can and you do more if you want, but 95% of students never need them. Um, it's a completely different way of doing corrections. So that's my answer to that. Sorry that I spent a little bit longer than that, but a lot of people have that question. Um, Thank you for all the people saying really nice things. Thank you very much. Um, Tani, a good question. I'm able to understand every single word that you're saying, but when I'm going to talk, I have to think all the time and I have pauses. So you have fluency problems. All right, so this is a very common problem in lots of countries, lots of Asian countries especially, where input is and grammar and vocabulary are emphasized when people are taught English or taught languages in schools. Um, so when I first arrived in Asia, I couldn't believe how quiet the classrooms were, the language classrooms. There was a lot of reading, there was a lot of listening, there was a lot of work on grammar, there was a lot of work on vocabulary, but there was nobody was speaking, nobody was writing. So a lot of people ask, why are the scores for writing and speaking much lower normally than the scores for reading and listening? That's the reason. One of the main reasons is because that's how it's taught in many schools in many countries. You're getting a huge amount of input. You're working a lot on grammar and vocabulary, but you're not producing the language either through writing or through speaking. So Tani, you need to start speaking, and you need to stop worrying about grammar and vocabulary so much. If you go into a Spanish classroom, if you go into an Italian classroom, if you go into a German classroom where there's kids learning English, they're talking all the time and they're making lots of grammar mistakes and they don't care. If you go into a Vietnamese or a Filipino or a Chinese school, they're not talking very much and they're afraid to make mistakes. They're thinking really deeply about the grammar and the vocabulary, and they are making mistakes also. So two different cultures, two different ways of learning English. Um, your sample essays are not available at IELTSadvantage.com. Some of them are, some of them aren't. It's a pretty big website. Um, um, Good question from Diana. Diana Carasako. So I'm just going to paraphrase your question. Basically, you're saying that you're happy with the work that you've done, but it's taking you a very long time. Think about when you first learned or were learning how to drive a car. Did you immediately drive at 100 miles an hour? Like your first lesson? Did you go onto the motorway or onto the freeway and just start driving as fast as you could? No. Can you do that now confidently? Yes, you can drive at 100 kilometers or 60 miles per hour, whatever it is, comfortably. There's no way that you could do that on your first day when you were learning driving. Speaking English, writing English is exactly the same. You have to build up your confidence. You have to think about all of the different things that you're learning. Like when somebody joins my course, I tell them, spend 2 hours doing your essay. Have all your notes beside you. Think deeply about what you're doing and slowly build up your confidence, just making it more and more difficult for yourself. But don't worry if at the beginning it takes a long time, but just try and get faster and faster. So if it's taking you 2 hours to write a good essay, next time you try do it in an hour and 45 minutes. And then the next time an hour and 40 minutes. Next time an hour and 30 minutes. Next time an hour and 20. Next time, build up in that way. Um, really good questions today, guys. I think I think maybe because I laughed at so many questions over the week, those people just don't want to ask questions anymore. Sorry about that. But a lot of them were very funny. Um, yeah, a lot of people talking about the review center thing. Yeah, and they use the verb review. I review at my review center. It's like, well, review means that you've learned it already and you are looking at it again, and you're being taught something new. So how is it a review? I don't understand that. And do you know, because I've looked at this, lots of the top review centers in the Philippines, what they do is, and a lot of other countries as well, what they do is when they hire new staff, they get the staff to write reviews, like positive reviews for them. So if you look at all the reviews, they all work for the company. So it's like, it's funny. Um, Steve, can you tell us how your VIP classes work, like the schedule, the one-on-one videos, all those things? Yeah, more on that tomorrow, but basically the way that I have designed it and the way that the platform works, so it's not on Facebook or anything like that, it's on our own platform, is that it's totally flexible in every way. You can do it as quickly as you like, you can do it as slowly as you like, you can do it at any time you like, you can do it anywhere you like. You can start with speaking, you can start with reading, you can start with writing. You can have one-on-ones when anytime you like. You can have corrections anytime you like. You could do them really, really quickly, really whatever you like, basically. Um, think of it like a five-star hotel. If you pay $500 for one night in a five-star hotel, as long as it's legal, you can basically do whatever you want. You can call up room service at 3 o'clock in the morning and get, lobster if you want. You can go for a swim and you can do this, you can do that, you can go to the gym, you can go to the spa, you can do whatever you want. That's kind of what it's like. You can just do whatever you want, anytime you want, in whatever way that suits you. Uh, can you please guide me how to prepare for grammar? Fatima, see today's video number 5. Uh, Chase, how can I book a seat on your VIP course? Um, I'll be opening the doors tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you're 100% sure about joining, email me and I will allow you to join before we open it. I should start writing section with task 1 or task 2. Doesn't matter. What matters is you spend 40 minutes on task 2 and 20 minutes on task 1. Whether you do one first or the other first, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I got heartburn. Chris, in which categories of essay among the 5 types do we not need to give our opinion in the introduction and to give it in the conclusion? A lot of people get confused between position and opinion. So you should make your position clear throughout the essay. Sometimes that will be an opinion because it'll say, do you agree or disagree, or discuss both views and give your opinion. So opinion and position are the same thing. But sometimes it might say things like, what are the problems and solutions? What are the causes and effects? What are advantages and disadvantages? By stating the advantages and disadvantages throughout your essay, you are stating your position because they want to know what you think are the advantages and disadvantages. That might sound confusing because it is, because it requires a very long, like 45-minute lesson just to explain that to you. Um, but if you need more help with it, the VIP course is available to you, or try and look that up yourself and try and figure it out for yourself. But you need to be aware of what position means, because that's what the examiners are looking for. Um, you're the only teacher I've seen that not only focuses on IELTS tricks, but guides on the holistic approach towards IELTS. Tricks don't work. Yeah, I don't teach tricks, but I try and be. I teach what works. I teach what works. The reason why I do that is because I do this to provide for my family, to provide for my son, to provide for my wife. I'm not going to create a business model that tricks people, because that will fail after like a week, because people know that, can see through that. People aren't stupid. So we're building a sustainable business, and we want this to last for years and years, and we want to be the best in the world at what we do. So that's why we don't teach tricks and stuff, and we tell people the truth. 50% of people watching this will hate that and not believe us, and because they want tricks and they want shortcuts, and that's fine. But I do not want to work with you if you think like that. How many months, days is the VIP course? As many as you want. So, number one, you can do it as quickly or as slowly as you like. Most people finish it between 2 and 6 weeks. Number two, um, you have access until you pass. We give you access and we help you and we give you support until you pass. There's no limit. It's only until you pass, and that's it. Um, Most other schools, including, like, I used to work for the British Council, and they had a 6-week writing course, and it was like $1,000. And when people failed, what they did was they just went like this: give me another $1,000 and do the course again. So it's like that used to annoy me, you know. One of the reasons why I left the British Council. We basically say, until you pass, you stay with us. But we help people pass so quickly that that doesn't matter. So, um, I think you should make some VIP courses for IELTS teachers. That's one of the things that we're going to be doing in the next few years. We're going to be creating courses for teachers. Um, I think that what IELTS should do is create some sort of certificate or some sort of course, official course that teachers should go on, um, to so that people are not being conned in the way that they are in most places. Um, you wouldn't believe the number of teachers that email me, at least one a day. They email me and say, I'm an IELTS teacher and I don't know what I'm doing, and can you help me help my students? And it's like, what? um, how about I don't have anything else to add on my writing, meaning I can't think of anything else. Yuki, you're thinking in terms of like what ifs, and you're thinking of the worst possible scenario, the worst possible thing that can happen. And if you think in that way, you're always going to be really scared and really stressed out. Try and be a little bit more positive. Um, do you have video classes for only writing course? Yeah, so the VIP course covers all 4 skills, but what we also have is the writing only course, which is much cheaper, and it just covers writing for those people who want that. Um, Tell me something about using gestures in speaking. Doesn't matter. You can do this, or you can talk like this with no gestures. It doesn't matter what you do with your hands. It's what you do with your mouth. Um, like eye contact, hand gestures, the clothes you wear, doesn't matter. It's not related to the 4 things that the examiner is thinking about: pronunciation, fluency, grammar, vocabulary. That's it. I actually saw an article once from an IELTS school that was like top dress tips for your speaking test. Like seriously, like it was a real IELTS school with a real website, and they had a whole article just on what clothes you should wear to your speaking test and how that would help your score. It's like, oh my God. Um, and then they wonder, they're like, how does Chris Pell get so many students? It's like, because he doesn't lie to them. Um, in which categories of essay among the five types? All right, we've already answered that question. What's your email address? chris@ieltsadvantage.com. All of the emails that I've been sending you over the past week, just hit reply and you'll get that. Hello, Chris. Thanks a lot for sharing such an amazing video, which are very helpful. You're welcome. Harith, I have a few doubts. Watched all the videos today. Is it okay if I mail you my doubts? Yes, but do not email me and say, my teacher says this crazy thing, and you say this sane thing. Which person is correct? If you have a sane question, um, feel free to send me a question. If you have a crazy question from because your teacher doesn't know what they're doing and you disagree with me, don't email. Um, Hi Chris, where do you find reading material in your VIP course? Where do I find reading material? It's in there. It's in the. I don't know. Are you all? I don't know. If you remember, email me. And I'll look after you. You should. It's strange. It's a strange question. Can I ask how much is the VIP course? The VIP course is $500. And many of you might be thinking the next questions that are going to be is that's expensive. It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. It's not expensive as failing your test multiple times. Most IELTS schools, which are about $500 a week, and most one-on-one teachers, like there was an article that I posted. Well, there's a school in New Zealand that charges $200 an hour, so it's not that expensive. Um, and it's also one of the best investments that you could ever make. So many of my students are people like doctors and nurses and lawyers and engineers and people like that. And they're failing the test over and over and over again. And many of them have jobs waiting for them. And the job could be $50,000 more than they're currently making. So $500 for $50,000 per year, that's a pretty good investment. Also consider the fact that it's a VIP course, so we're giving you 24-hour email support, feedback on your writing, multiple things. We worked out that the course is worth over $4,000, so we could charge over $4,000 for it, and many other courses are that price, but we only charge 500 for it. So if you think that's too much, I understand. Don't join it if you have a choice between paying your rent and joining the course. But think about value rather than cost. A lot of people just see that number and just go, oh, that's too much. And then they go and fail their test 3 times, and that costs what, $1,000. So think about it that way. It's another one about the cost, so I've just answered that question. And the writing only one is $300. So it's a bit cheaper. Muhammad Ali, some teachers advise writing a recommendation statement at the end of the essay. You can do that if you want, but it doesn't add anything to your essay. It's not essential. Wow, I wasted my money to get that review center. Yeah, so like, would you buy a car based solely on price? would you buy a house or rent a house based solely on price? Um, if you join a course that is $50, but it means you fail your test over and over again, is that more expensive or does that cost you more than a course that is $500 and you just get the score that you need? So yeah. Um, how many days is the overall VIP course? It's self-paced. You do it at your own pace. So, but it takes about, if you did the whole thing, so if you did, reading, listening, speaking, all of it, it's about 50 hours, 50 hours. But you can do those 50 hours in 3 days, or you can do it in 3 months. It's totally self-paced. The writing, just doing writing, is about 24 hours. But again, you can do those 24 hours in 1 day or 1 year. It's up to you. Uh, the VIP offer was really great. It was just a financial problem. Yeah, like if you have the choice between buying food, paying your rent, and joining my course, pay your rent. Like don't join the course if you just do not have the money for it. But if it's because you think that it's just too expensive, but you're going to fail your test many, 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 many times. That like the average student before they come to us fails the test 3 times. So just in fees, just in test fees, that's $750. So like it's just illogical to think that it's too expensive when you're going to be spending that money failing the test anyway. Um, does it matter if we use American or British spelling? Um, Either is fine, but just try and be consistent. Uh, a lot of people are asking about cost, 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 cost. What's the cost? So I've answered that question. Um, is it compulsory that a topic sentence should be a simple sentence? No, there's very, 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 very few things that are compulsory or you must do. The way I teach is like, this is what I think you should do. But the way that most other teachers teach is you must do this. This is the only way to do this because they don't have the confidence to say, I'm not right. There are many other ways of doing it. A confident teacher is like, there are many correct ways of doing this. I am not correct. I am not God. A teacher who is very insecure and isn't very good at their job is like, do it this way. It's the only way to do it. Everybody else is wrong. I'm right. That's a very insecure teacher and a sign that you have a bad teacher. Um, the best, the most intelligent people in the world, like professors at great universities that I've been to, the thing that they all have in common, they all are like, I don't know anything. Like they're all like, I'm stupid. There's so many things I do not know. The worst teachers I've ever had are people like that are really insecure. Um, and if you bring another teacher's ideas in, they get very defensive. I do that sometimes too. I get defensive when other teachers' ideas come in, but only when they're total bullshit and things that are like harming you guys. Um, uh, Talise, you've given me like an outline um of your essay. Somebody could use that outline and write a band 5 essay, and somebody could use that outline and write a band 9 essay. You need to see what the whole essay is. Like structures are not a magic bullet. They do not, they're like a very small percentage of what matters. Is it possible to briefly explain when to use semicolons? No, but if you Google that, you'll get the internet's answer to that. And the use of semicolons is not a debatable thing, so you'll get the right information. Uh, hello, just joining. Please, how much is VIP? So you just talked about that. 300 for the writing and 500 for the full thing. Is there structure to follow when you do speaking test part two? Yes, and that's on the course. And it's a really good strategy, and I don't want to give it away because my VIP students will be pretty annoyed that I'm giving too much away. In the speaking test, what if somebody is not aware of the topic? It's highly unlikely that you're going to get a topic you know nothing about. But if you get a topic that you are unsure of or unaware of, you can do two things. You can make it up. It's not a truth test. You can lie to the examiner, or you can just tell the examiner, like, I'm not familiar with this. But it's highly unlikely that that's going to happen. You are probably, you hear the cows outside? I live beside a farm. It's highly unlikely that's going to happen. Amir, thank you very much for your kind words, Amir. VIP open tomorrow. Uh, Yuki, I think the cost of the VIP is worth it because it's a lifetime access. It's not really lifetime access because we do not want you there after you pass your IELTS test. Our ambition is that you will join us and leave us very, very quickly. Like that's what I joke with my students. Like I joke with them that I hope that you never see me again. I hope that you never need me again. Um, so it's not really lifetime access, but it's access until you pass, and then bye bye. You can stay if you want, but it'd be why would you want to learn IELTS after you've um, passed? Do you have a VIP course for reading and writing only? Yes, what we do is we throw in the reading and the listening into the writing only course. So the writing only course is like writing, reading, and listening. The VIP course is all four put together. A lot of you are asking just about the price, the price, the price, the price. I've already talked about that a lot, so I'm not ignoring you, but I don't know. It's just don't think that I'm ignoring you. I've answered that already. Um, Emma, this 5 day challenge is quite helpful. We two of us will contact you. Good, yeah. If you're like husband and wife or brother and sister or something, then we'll give you a bit of a deal. But I'm not giving deals to everybody, by the way. So what is the cost of VIP course? Just grammar and vocabulary. So there's no grammar and vocabulary only course. There's a grammar course, and the grammar course is $250. That might sound like a lot for just a grammar course, but it includes 4 detailed feedback sessions on your grammar only from an expert. Um, so it's 250 if you just want to buy it, or it's 179 if you're a VIP customer. So if you're a VIP customer, you get a big discount. But the grammar course is great. It's really, really good. It's really helped a lot of people as well because the reason why we created it, there were a lot of people who the only thing holding them back was grammar, and since we've done that, a huge number of our students have their scores have just gone through the roof. Uh, if I'm paying just for writing, is it till I pass too? Yep, till you pass. Lucas, yeah, liking present continuous. It's like McDonald's. I'm loving it. So yeah, there's some words that you don't use in the present in the continuous form, but that's one of those areas of grammar that is like you don't want to be too pedantic. You don't want to be overly like there was a student who emailed me last night about a grammar point, and they spent like must have been an hour talking about it. And I said, like, this doesn't really matter. like if you spent this time focusing on your actual weaknesses rather than debating whether this is correct or not, because there are many grammar points where in America they'd be totally fine, but in the UK they wouldn't, and in certain cities in the UK they use particular areas of grammar that would are totally acceptable, but in other cities they wouldn't be. Same in Ireland versus England and places like that. Can you explain the $75 writing correction service? Yeah, if you just want your writing corrected, so you just want to know what your scores are and feedback on it, you can use the writing correction service. The $75 option is to get 3 essays corrected. But it's no course, no nothing. Just you send us your essays. We give you a feedback. We give you a feedback report on it. So it's better to join the writing VIP. Writing VIP includes 5 writing corrections for free. So 5 writing corrections, if you buy them just on their own, are $115. That is included for free on the $300 writing course. So it's really good value. Thank you, Amir Schumann. Nice. Thank you. Uh, CA Priyanka, you keep asking, can I pick out the best ones and show it to you? Um, Not right now because I'm really, really busy. And as soon as I finish this, I have to go in, get my dinner, and then come back out, answer emails until about midnight, create a video for the sales thing tomorrow, make it, create it, edit it, post it tomorrow morning, and then answer emails and questions all day tomorrow. So it's like a lot of stuff to do. So, um, is there a deadline for joining the VIP class? Yes. We only have a small number of places available. There are 2,500 of you. I think that there's only about 75 places at the moment available. We have to limit the number of people that join because we can't give one-on-one feedback to people, to 2,000 people. So basically, once those places are gone, it's closed and you won't be able to get in. Um, the last time we did this, places went in 1 hour. So we're the only, and we have a waiting list of people as well. We're the only IELTS course in the world that has a waiting list of people. Because we're not really interested in the money as much as actually helping people. If I wanted to, I could create let's say $100 course, and I could sell it to, like, we have over 1 million people on our mailing list. I could create $100 course, send it out to 1 million people. At least 20,000 of them would buy it, and I could go and retire for the rest of my life and live on a beach and get drunk every day. But I don't really want to do that because the $100 course would not help anybody because just quality wouldn't be there and the help wouldn't be there. Arun, can we use famous personality quotes in essays? No, 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 no. Because you've just memorized a quote and stuck it in your essay. It doesn't really add anything to it, and you're not using language properly. You're just memorizing language. Can you make a lesson that focuses on causes, problems, and solutions? Yes, it's in my VIP course. Everything is on my VIP course that you're asking for. So that the answer to your question is the VIP course for most of you. Cost if my wife and I are both the VIP. Send me an email and I'll work that out with you. I don't want to discuss like couples discounts and everything because if I start doing that, then everybody's going to ask for a discount, and I don't do that because if I give a discount, then I'll be selling the course for less than it costs to make it, to provide it. If you know anything about business, if you sell things for less than they cost, you're very stupid. I would be very stupid if I did that. And I would go out of business and I wouldn't be able to help anybody, and then I would be on the streets. Um, like a lot of people email me and they're saying, "Can I not just join your $500 course for $100?" It's like, no, because then I'd be losing about $300. So, but yeah, if you have a wife or a sister or you couple of friends or whatever, email me and we'll see what we can do. Uh, can we get full grammar lessons on the VIP course? Yes, but it is an add-on. It is extra. We give you 30% off if you join the VIP course, which is $500, and then you want to join the grammar course. Grammar course is normally 250. So instead of charging you 250 for the grammar course, we charge you 179, which is a 30% discount. But there's no 30% discount off the VIP course. Uh, I saw your sample essays, and most of them are like Cambridge University recent studies, 90%. Some of them are, not all of them. Do you think you need to prove that statement? I find difficulties in putting, I don't understand what that means, sorry. Uh, I also hope you don't need to see you again. I hope I never see any of you again after you get your results. Actually, we're going to be doing something a little bit special later on this year, and we're maybe starting it next month. Um, one of the things that people have been asking us for is people have been getting ripped off by like visa agents and recruitment consultants, and they want to know how to find an apartment in the UK or how to find a job or the culture or extra language lessons, and they're really, really, really expensive. So what we're thinking of doing is like helping people with that after they get their for like a really low price, like $10 a month or something like that. But nothing to do with IELTS, like completely different service, but like to help people settle into the new country. Um, but it's just an idea. But a lot of people are asking us, like a lot of people are saying, a lot of our VIPs, we would keep in touch with them. So we'd be emailing them and we'd say like, "How are you doing? Everything okay?" And they're saying, "Yeah, I moved to the UK, but I can't find an apartment. I don't know how to get a bank account. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that." Um, so like we might think about helping people with that for a much cheaper price than they normally get when they, because there's a lot of people here that take advantage of immigrants. In your reading course, how many practice materials are there? Um, the reading course, reading and listening, Cambridge are the only people allowed to make practice tests, especially reading and listening practice tests. So instead of creating our own, because we're not allowed to do that, we just show you where to find the real ones produced by Cambridge for free. You do that. Um, oh, by the way, a number of you are saying, like, already emailing me, I can see, is saying it's a little bit too expensive or can't quite afford it. We will probably be increasing the price to $1,000 pretty soon. So if you think it's expensive now, wait till you see it soon. Um, we're going to be adding a few new things to it and probably increasing it to 1,000. So, um, Doveled, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chris, tell us when you will delete the videos. Probably Monday or Tuesday. Probably something like that, depending on how busy I am. Because I have to go in and find them and delete them. Do you have ebooks regarding grammar and vocabulary? No, I don't. Chris, you will give your sample answer for today's task? No, I won't. I don't have time. I just don't have time. Right now, I have 71 unread emails in my inbox. I have 57 unread messages in my Facebook, and all of them want individual advice about the VIP course. So it's like, I need to put out the fires that need putting out. I'll try and do that before the end of the week or next week or something like that when I have time. All of my team, they are off for the weekend, so I'm the only one working. Um, are there any strict rules about the number of paragraphs for each type of essay? No, there are no strict rules, no. In general, it's always better to just introduction, two main body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Just stick to that. Keep it simple. You should get your stomach checked. The heartburn doesn't look too good. It's fine. It's fine. I think I'm drinking too much Coke, or Coke Zero. Um, and I'm really stressed out. So stress is probably causing the heartburn because it's like so many people asking. Just a lot of work this week. Um, can I just checking and feedback course in writing? Yep. Mm. Hey Chris, you said you should not try to put examples like recent studies found percentages, but you do that. Yeah, I said that you should avoid it. You should. So I'm not saying never use them. What it's the same with personal examples. I don't think students should use personal examples, but I've done it in my essays. I don't think that students should use like percentages from research and stuff like that, but I use them in mine because I'm capable of using them because I know what I'm doing. And I'm a native English speaker, but most people will mess them up. And there are a lot of things that you could do, but you'll probably mess it up. And just because I do it doesn't mean that you should do it. Is your VIP suited for a band 4 or 5 person? Mm, no. If you're at band 4, 4.5 or 5, I wouldn't recommend. If you're at that level, you should work on your general level of English first. So there are, when you're preparing for the IELTS test, you need general English. So your English needs to be at a certain level, and then you need test skills, and then you need the actual skills, the writing skills, speaking skills, reading skills, listening skills. So the skills then, like let's say IELTS specific skills, and then general English. If you have those three things, then you're in a good position. But if somebody is at a 4, 4.55 level and they need to get to a 7 or above, I would just say to go and learn general English first. Do not worry about IELTS. Um, IELTS is a test. It doesn't improve your English, really, you know. How many essays will be corrected on the VIP course? 5. That might not sound much, but we give you a 4 to 5 page PDF report and we give you action items, things that you must do in order to improve. So 95% of students never use more than 5. Just constantly doing practice essays is not going to help you. Getting feedback on your work and taking action on that feedback is going to help you. So that's what we do. Gonna go soon, guys. Dovelet, can I pay by joining 300 and then upgrading by paying 200 the next month? Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Uh, do you provide a correction service alone? Yes, we do that. It's on our website. Okay, guys, so I'm pretty wiped. So I'm gonna go and have a lot of work to do this evening. Thank you very, very, very much to the people who have completed the course. Thank you very much to all of you who did the tasks especially. Um, and whether you continue on your journey with me on the VIP course or not, good luck. And even if you don't, we are still here for you. We can still give you a little bit of help. You know, if you have one or two questions, that's fine. Obviously, we can't give you the level of help we're going to be giving the people that invest $300 to $500 with us. Um, but we'll still be there for you. And to the people who are doing their test soon and just don't need our help because their test is next week or tomorrow, good luck. Let us know your results. If you get them, congratulations. If you don't, we're here for you to help you out. Thank you very much, guys. It was an absolute pleasure. If you need anything, just let me know. To the people that are continuing on their journey with us, if you're 100% sure about joining the VIP course, send me an email. You can join tonight or early tomorrow morning, whenever I answer your email. Um, to everybody else, if you just want more information, I'm making a video and I'll post it at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Once all the places are gone, guys, they're gone. So be quick because we can't help everybody. Um, that's pretty much it. Um, can't believe that's over. That was a long week, guys. And I have lots of more work ahead of me this weekend helping everybody into the VIP course, but that's my job and it's a pleasure to do it. It's a pleasure to help you guys. Thank you very much and see you again.